Back in April, I shared a list of 10 Kingdom Hearts songs I want to see retired. This is the inverse of that video, 10 Kingdom Hearts songs I want to see back for the Lost Masters arc. My focus is on underused and obscure songs, tracks that you might not expect to hear in a Kingdom Hearts 4, but ones that would be welcome additions. I'm not going to waste my time or yours talking about Dearly Beloved or Nachtflugel, for instance. I want to hear them in KH4, but it's not really much of a question that they're going to return in some form or another. On the other hand, I'm not going to bring up songs just because they are underused if I can't see them having a place in the next arc. I love the tumbling to death, but I struggle to imagine how a zany, unversed battle theme would fit naturally into the next saga. This top 10 are songs that I believe would fit well into a New Age Kingdom Hearts game, but songs that are kind of a deep pull. If any one of my picks did make it into KH4 or beyond, I would be incredibly happy, but my expectations are low. Let's start with a funky one. Xemnus, or Xemnus in some releases, is a track that only appeared in Days cutscenes. Despite what the title implies, the song bears little connection to the leader of the organization. Almost every use of the track is for a conversation between Axel and Saïx.
And once we obtain those clues, we'll have the upper hand for our own objectives.
I knew the time would come when Vexen and Zexion got in your way.
These scenes are full of secrets and hidden motivations whose full extent is kept even from the player. Now, going into Kingdom Hearts 4, don't we have a dangling plot thread that deals with Axel and Saïx, particularly the secrets and hidden motivations from the time they were in the organization? The Subject X plotline is a perfect place to bring back Xemnus, as long as Lee and Isa are the ones investigating. Because of the track's ties to Organization 13, I don't want to hear a ton of it, but I think it can make for a really interesting moment. Maybe there's some tension between Lee and Isa during the investigation, or maybe we're having a flashback to one of their conversations when they were both searching for Subject X in their organization days, but Xemnus would be a really clever musical callback. Miracle is a cutscene track from the first Kingdom Hearts, playing when Kairi's light restores Sora from his heartless form. It's tied for being the shortest track in the series. Compositionally, it's a very simple arrangement. Choir and organ play slow chords, and the piano plays a modally transposed Dearly Beloved quote. Given that Dearly Beloved is the main theme of light in the series, it's a fitting choice for the cutscene.
Kairi, thank you. Sora!
Since 2002, Miracle has returned one time, in Kingdom Hearts 0.2, when Mickey jumps up to steal the door to darkness. Once again, we have light coming to save the day, to save Sora specifically.
Now, Sora, let's close this door for good.
Entering Kingdom Hearts 4, Sora is lost. Wouldn't it be perfect if, when he was finally reunited with his friends or restored from unreality, we heard a quote of Miracle? It's such a short composition that it would be easy to weave into a new track as a clever reference. It would make such a perfect parallel to the first time Sora was saved by his friend's light. Just that modal Dearly Beloved line is enough to make a satisfying callback, and it would be a lovely full circle moment for the series. On the other side of the coin, we have Hikari Kingdom Hearts instrumental version. This is not the credits version, but a minute-long reduction that plays during Sora's big sacrifice scene in KH1. This is the only time in the series that a Utada theme song plays outside of an opening or closing cutscene, and it contributes to the emotional impact of that moment. Its opening notes of choir and organ are also an intentional parallel to Miracle, tying together the Utada theme and the original KH score. I think it would be absolutely lovely if we heard an instrumental reference to an Utada song during a moment of sacrifice in KH4. Now, I would rather it be whatever new song serves as the KH4 intro than Hikari. I think we've heard plenty of Simple and Clean already. But this piece created such a unique and powerful moment in KH1 that I'm listening it to express my desire to hear a new take on the convention. While the original soundtrack of the Kingdom Hearts series is strong enough that it does not need to rely on Utada's pop songs for emotional weight, integrating these two sides of KH's musical identity is a powerful tool that I'd like to hear a second attempt at. Of every song on this list, I think Little Lovely Moments has the greatest chance of appearing in KH4. In fact, I actively expect it to return. But I think it's worth discussing since I don't hear a lot of love for this song in the fandom, and I want you to be excited as I am for its return. Little Lovely Moments originated in Kingdom Hearts 3. It is the only song on the KH4 soundtrack that Yoko Shimomura created alone. Every other Shimomura track has a co-composer, co-arranger, or orchestrator, but Little Lovely Moments is pure unadulterated Shimomura. That's not why I love the piece, but I'm sure it played a role. The track was made for tranquil moments, typically involving friendship. KH4 played it once in Kingdom of Corona and once in 100 Acre Wood.
What matters is I'll be here from now on. No going away.
Thank you, Sora.
Then, though this isn't universally agreed upon, the melody of Little Lovely Moments was subtly warped into Keyblade Graveyard Horizons. That's cool! To take this composition about heartwarming connections and put it into a lonely and desolate graveyard. Anyway, the final updates of Union Cross brought back Little Lovely Moments for 2 scenes in Candy Kingdom, which closely follow its KH4 use, and a flashback between Lauriam and Strelitzia. Given that Strelitzia is going to play a role in Kingdom Hearts 4, it would not surprise me if Little Lovely Moments returns in another one of her flashbacks. Or, alternatively, if it plays when she makes friends with Sora, indicating a return to the happiness that she once lost. Whatever it may be, I'm excited to hear it again. Also, compared to Peaceful Hearts and Ever After, the other 2 modern songs used for peaceful resolutions, I'm most interested in listening to Little Lovely Moments. The corollary to my wishes for Little Lovely Moments is La Pace. While Little Lovely Moments is somewhat expected, I am dreaming about La Pace's return. This song is part of the Chain of Memory soundtrack. In Sora's story, it plays for the happy ending of several Disney worlds, and in Reverse Rebirth, it plays when King Mickey finally reunites with Riku.
This time, you're not an illusion. I'm so glad that you can make it here.
Like most Chain of Memories tracks, it hasn't appeared outside of Castle Oblivion. This is a good thing and an intentional narrative choice. The series has been remarkably consistent in its use of calm music. The few tracks that do appear in future games are exclusively used for scenes involving Chain of Memories in some way. 13th Discretion for CO organization members, Disquieting for a lure dump about replicas, Face It for a fight with Axel. Scent of Silence is the obvious exception here. So what's my vision for La Pace? Lauriam and Elrena. During their time as Marluxia and Larxene, they never appeared in a scene with La Pace. They were the ones causing harm, so a song literally named Peace wasn't befitting of their nature. But now it's the perfect time for them to reclaim this song. I'm not asking for a lot with this track, just one scene. A tender moment where these one-time antagonists show the goodness that is still left in their hearts. These characters have a lot of pain to unpack, and whether it's in KH4 or a later game, the Union Cross stuff will come knocking. Once Lauriam and Elrena have faced their past and found some sort of connection or closure, I think La Pace is a perfect way to underscore the emotional journey these characters have taken and honor their debut over 20 years ago. Extreme Encounters is one of the least used boss themes in the series, twice in Birth by Sleep, once in Union Cross. As I discussed last time, it has no real identity as a boss theme. Its 3 appearances were for an Unversed, a Heartless, and a Final Fantasy character. All of them were somehow tied to the darkness, but I mean, what boss isn't? They were all used in situations of immediate danger, but so are plenty of other tracks, and far more often. Extreme Encounters is a blank slate, and I can envision it being repurposed in KH4 or beyond. Although I'm hoping KH4 has a higher proportion of new boss themes to reused ones, I think I'm more curious as to what could be done with this battle track than I am actively desiring its return. Extreme Encounters is such a niche pick that I would be excited to hear it again just for its own sake. I want KH4 to surprise me, and this song making a return would definitely be a surprise. Turning the Key is the track that was tied with Miracle as the shortest composition in the series. At 16 seconds, it's almost more of a sound effect than a proper music track, but that just means it's incredibly easy to find a spot in a new KH game. In the first Kingdom Hearts, Turning the Key played whenever Sora sealed a world's keyhole, barring 100 Acre Wood. It made a perfect return in Kingdom Hearts 3 Monstropolis when Sora locked the door that Randall was banished into. If there's a keyhole in Kingdom Hearts 4, let's hear a new arrangement of Turning the Key. It would be a cute and harmless callback that satisfies the KH1 nostalgia, and since it's so short, it's not going to feel like the game is reusing old music as a crutch. More than anything, I miss when the Keyblade was actually used as a key, so I'm manifesting that with this song pick. Game Central Station is one of the most underrated field themes in the series. Sekido's Union Crosswork is admittedly a bit hit or miss, but Game Central Station is a massive hit, at least in my book. It has this grandiose atmosphere that fits with the central hub and has just the right amount of energy. There's a cello part in the second half that's just begging to be recorded live. And the piano notes before the loop, that's good music right there. In any case, it would be lovely to hear this composition in a game that people actually played, and it would sound even better with the upgraded orchestration that we have come to expect from console games. What's more, there's a strong narrative reason to return to Game Central Station. That's where Player and 4 of the True Darknesses are trapped. If there was ever a good reason to go to a Disney World, this is it. I have hope that we'll see a proper Wreck-It Ralph world one day, and when we do, it would be a shame to leave this theme behind in the mobile game. Beyond the Door is a fantastic composition that has been used very well so far. It plays in KH1 when Kingdom Hearts is open and its light revealed. Then, it returns once at the end of each BBS campaign for the final climax.
Kingdom Hearts, fill me with the power of darkness.
I have to do something, or we'll both be lost.
It's a theme for dealing with a capital K, capital H Kingdom Hearts itself, and it delivers. The organ composition imparts a feeling of gravity and awe that's nearly unmatched. I have no idea what we'll see in the KH4 climax, but if Beyond the Door starts playing, you know something big is about to go down. Again, I want the next game to form its own musical identity instead of relying solely on existing tracks, but I can't help but fantasize about this kind of bookending with KH1. Beyond the Door is a rare enough track that I think its return would feel fresh, and if we're dealing with Kingdom Hearts itself, it's a natural candidate for the moment. Forget everything I said, give me just an itty bitty too much. I don't care how, I don't care why. I need the song of Pooh getting his stupid little rump stuck in Rabbit's household to play in KH4. That tuba intro, amazing. That marimba melody, pure whimsy. Inject this song into my veins. Sora's feeling down and wandering the streets of Quadratum, and who does he see but poor little Pooh Bear? Then Sora has to help him home and rediscover his inner child a la 2018's Christopher Robin, and what song expresses the carefree antics of a willy-nilly silly old bear better than just an itty bitty too much? If you ask me, we've heard this song just an itty bitty too little. Riku shows up in KH4? Whatever. Donald and Goofy come to save the day? Been there, done that. Xehanort returns? Who cares? But if just an itty bitty too much shows up, I will be popping off more than you can imagine. And that does it. If there are any songs you want to hear back in Kingdom Hearts 4, let me know. Last time I saw a lot of support for Night of Fate, which I absolutely endorse. Though given that it's appeared in 5 out of 5 of the most recent KH titles, I have too much confidence in its return to give it a place on this list. I will also accept Swim This Way, just because I think it'd be so funny to annoy everyone who's been complaining about it for the past 20 years. Anyway, I'll see you back soon for a proper round of musical journeys.